Hello. So basically, I'm feeling drawn to Oracle cards more lately and really enjoying the connection with them and how I feel like it's just like a personal me time that I've been having fun with. And I've been feeling inspired to do it for others, but also learn how to do it for others. And I realized that I think actually what I channel for myself is what's for others. So I'm curious if this resonates as a message for you as well for guidance. And the cards that I pulled beforehand, and that this is also something that I've been um, navigating slash seeing as a, oh, she's cute. Oh, she's cute. Yes, she is. Oh, I feel like everyone needs a cat. Okay, there she is. Yes, yes. Me and Sabina. Oh, oh. Just let the world love you. Yeah, yeah. So, something that I recently saw as a reminder slash a message is that the spiral of life and your creation of your world and how it's important to center yourself, center in the um, the physical body and our energy center, as it is also a spiral, and connecting with all the channels of yourself, like your heart, your throat, and the vertical alignment with your higher self, connecting to your higher self through your heart, and grounding through your root system of your base chakra and your roots chakra, and also recognizing the balance with your shadow self and your ego, and feeling that as a balance rather than as a fight, and embracing and loving whatever parts of that shadow is coming up for you to be seeing it so that you can realign yourself to and have the energetic frequency that matches the thing that is within your heart that you are creating through your heart space and through the vision and whatever it is that you're calling in through writing, through reflection, through speaking it out, through drawing. The glimmers of the heart, like they have a certain frequency, and aspects of your shadow, of your ego, also need to be released so that you and your shadow can work together to shift your frequency as a unit to be aligned with that reality of world that you are ready, you're becoming ready to tap into and hop into. So what is it right now that you need to really face and release and process and love within yourself? Where are those wounds? And that's what this card is about. It's about, like, for me, when I saw this, I was thinking about this thing that I've been told by a teacher that I follow, that I've learned from, that you can't create change if you just by putting like glitter on the shit. It's just going to create more of that, because whatever is within us is what we see reflected outside of us. So focus on clearing out whatever that stuff is that you're putting, glitter on top of, to truly get to your to your happy ending, like not ending, but to come back to balance with your true self and your bliss and your, happy inner child, your happy-go-lucky self. And so along with this card of the glitter, I also got this card of unfinished business, which is like right now is really important today, like do it today, to journal out everything that you, like the deep wound that you have been feeling more lately, and back with your center, connect back with your higher self, and the bigger picture of what it is that you being able to process and love that self side of yourself, what that would do for the vision that is connected to your why of what it is that you have on your heart to create in this world. Maybe it's your 2025 vision, or it's like a 10-year vision, whatever it is that has been on your heart and in your soul to experience that you feel like has been taking forever. Like it can be really swift. Every layer that you release and do the shadow work is a layer closer to realizing into the physical world that experience of what's on your heart and what you've been feeling ready for. There will be a tipping point when it just feels like more natural. The belief systems that you're intentionally programming yourself with that are the ones that are required for you to experience that version of that vision on your heart. There's a tipping point of when those beliefs and that frequency around those beliefs are more prominent in your subconscious than the ones that are limiting you from that experience of manifesting those things and attracting them in. Because you don't actually really have to do too much except for focus on the belief systems and your shadow self, your healing, your processing, and then just go for the ride. Let it all happen for you. And there are important steps to activate that in action, that reality, but it's usually just like really simple, just a couple things here and there, and it's not often requiring you to like think about what you're supposed to do. It just happens really naturally. It's just a very simple, it's like as if you were to like be like, oh, I have to go to the grocery store, and they go to the grocery store and get something. So that's the like how simple those actions will feel and be, that are the thing that literally clicks in place what it is that you are calling in, step by step. It'll also snowball into more of that vision if it's a big thing, rather than like a small little item or something that you're wanting. If it's more so like a whole different reality, it'll snowball effect, and all of a sudden you're living it. And so yeah, and then I also got this card, which is just a reminder that you are divinely led, guided, and always have access to love, inspiration, and abundance. And it's really just about, are you letting yourself have that access? Like what parts of yourself are wounded in a way that's holding you back from receiving everything that you've ever wanted? Okay, so the truth. Let's see if there's anything else. And I'm trying to do this as authentically as me as possible, because it's so easy to like do things the way you see other people doing it for oracle readings, because I have other people I love watching on YouTube and stuff that have oracle readings, and so I'm excited to see how I continue to get more authentic in my way of channeling the message. So this, I think, confirms what I just said about letting yourself receive it, and practice how that feels, receiving, like in subtle ways throughout your day. Like, for example, this cat helped me recently feel receiving, like I was laying down listening to a meditation, and she came in and laid next to me on my left side on my hip, and I felt her presence and her weight and her warmth, and I felt like an energy move through me of love. And now when that was the first time I really let her in to feel what she has to offer me, because I'm so oftentimes giving to her, like even just letting her be in my space. or feeding her all these different things, maybe at the same time she has a warmth that she's offering me, and like I get so much value of having her in my life, even with all the other stuff, like, you know, sometimes she whacks me with her little paw. So the Fates is also about destiny and trusting that there is some things that are just, they're gonna happen no matter what. So you don't even have to worry about it, because if it's another phrase I love from this teacher's Manifestation Babe, if you envision it, if it came to you as a vision, it's destined for you. So it's 100% possible, because we live in a world of limitless possibilities where we create everything we see. And so just trusting in the divine timing of this, and really focus more so into what you need to do to clear out the shit, so that you can release yourself from this feeling and come back to this type of vibe and this type of vibe. And you're always have access to this, but we have to go through these ebbs and flows of life to get there, and then just let yourself ride through this journey and see how it naturally unfolds as you focus on that. So the Sea is also like, it's funny because this card looks really sad, but when I look at the book reading, which I did last night, it's actually about just letting yourself be carried forward. But she looks kind of like, you know, sad, you know. I'm just looking at this closely. Like there's some, you know, binoculars, there's like a little arrow. She's going on the direction she's supposed to go. She doesn't have to do anything, just like the ocean's carrying her in that direction. But it's a very hazy environment. It's not necessarily super clear yet. So, okay, so this is like a visual representation of maybe what you're feeling right now. And I can know that because that's how I've been feeling. So you're like technically going in the direction, but you're just kind of like sad still. You know, we can't experience sunny days every day. I know technically there are places that do have a lot of sunny days, but there's always the winter, which can be rain. And so, you know, find ways to embrace and just be in these moments, because they're necessary to, where is she? To these moments. And you can't have this forever, like continuously, because that's just not the world we live in. We live in this world where we're experiencing all aspects of frequency. We're experiencing the low, dense. We're experiencing the high, love, and learning how to have balance with all of it. And rather than judge it, just love the experience of it and utilize those that journey, this back and forth journey between the shadow and the light, to create something special. Because in order to create something special with your heart, you also have to travel down to, you know, the root of yourself, and the wounded aspects, and your ego also needs to be tended to and cared for and loved too. And the ego being like some part of you that is hurt, or feels like nothing's going your way, or wants to look at how everything is, you know, terrible, or just kind of like that feeling of like this, you know, like you're just sad, you're just crunched, and it's kind of like her position. So there are different ways to tap into your higher self and also rebalance yourself if you're really feeling highly into that ego self rather than the love and trust. And some ways to do that is like dancing, moving, just simply pausing and breathing for a second. So like, and also I like to visualize things to help me, so I can see like a spiral effect moving through my body and a centering. So even just setting that intention that that's what you are coming back to, it will naturally happen, because whatever you put out there, it will come back to you. So yeah, doing that. Also releasing through painting or drawing, journaling, and then there's a lot of guided meditations out there that help you connect back with your heart and to feel that connection again with love. And so there's one in my channel. It's a heart guided heart meditation, but there's a bunch out there on YouTube, or my favorite app is called Insight Timer. There's one there as well. There's like a bunch on there, so you can check that out. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else. So recently last night I was doing a lot of card pulling for myself and learned more about this card. And in some ways it's like tradition in family values, but it's also like we're breaking those down and recreating them for ourselves in a way that's more aligned with freedom of expression. And this also represents by the book is like the book of the universe. So what are the laws of the universe? So I would recommend you looking that up, like laws of the universe. There's 12. The person that I learned a lot from, Catherine Zenkina, she has, I think, so I learned this from her about the different laws of the universe, so that you could look it up. But I believe there's 12 of them, and they are basically like the energetic principles of this world we're in. And so one of them that is always helps me feel like hopeful and trusting that things are moving in that direction, you know, steady forward movement together, is that like as a collective, we're collectively doing this and we are in the right direction, is that there's polarity. And so if you're experiencing the depths of something sad or sorrowful, or you're really feeling into the wounds of something that you're releasing and letting go of and replacing with, you know, love and care for a different tomorrow, there's going to be, it's inevitable, it's just a law that you will come back to this. So just know that it's literally passing. It's just something to be in the place of, and to remember that, like, don't let yourself get caught up in this, you know, this round and round thinking of it's never going to work out for me, because if you do, that's what's going to keep you in that place, rather than coming back every day to do something that is best for yourself. And even though you might still be feeling this lingering sadness, I'm saying this because I feel this the last couple of days, maybe instead see it as, okay, I'm purging this from my system because there's something on the other side that is really special, that is ready for me. But it's only until I let this go and that I take the time to really give it some light and love, that it will be ready for me, this thing on the other side. And maybe sometimes that's the action you're supposed to take. Like the divine inspired action isn't about like something, you know, like sending an email. Maybe it's really about taking the day to tend to those limiting beliefs, to yourself, to your heart, and come back to that connection with yourself, that you are eternally loved. And you have to make that connection with yourself before you can expect to receive it from others. And look at all these cards. Okay. Oh, this is a bunch of cards that I got a few days ago that was like really clear. I'm curious if I should share them now. Well, anyways, basically this is about that, what I just said. And then when you're back to that balanced place where you're like, okay, I've worked through these wounds, another layer of them, because there's always more layers to it. You'll have the courage to be in that unknown space, that place of being ready for what's about to come to you. And that won't be necessarily like all at once, but it's going to be, there's going to be layers to it that are like building your foundation for the rest of the year, coming back to that like vision of the spiral. What you're doing now is setting yourself up, like that base of, so in pottery, I learned recently, when you're wheel throwing, you have to set up the base of the clay in like right in the center. And it's best to do this like prep of the clay to get that the material of the clay in a spiral motion. So it's all there to set you up to have a really solid base so that you can create from there. And without that solid base, there's more likely that things will like break or not, break, or it's just not as firm a foundation. So it's more likely to not work out. So it's really important to set yourself up, come back to your center so that you can create from that place of wholeness in yourself, trust and faith in the laws of the universe. And also like let yourself be given a helping hand from others, from people in your life. So I think, I could just keep going. So I think that's it. I think the last thing I want to share about is, this is the overall message of the day is let's clean up some space in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit so that you can be ready to receive what's ready for you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm excited to see if I continue these. Thanks for listening.